Hello everybody, this is Corbell here with a quick tutorial on how to use VRCDN platform on OBS Studio. I know some of you are not just performers on VR chat, but you're also Twitch streamers, so this is also your optimized settings for your Twitch streams as well. Jumping into it, your general settings, those are your settings. You gotta mess with those on your own time. I'm gonna go ahead and skip over that. Streaming. For the stream page, go ahead and switch it from whatever you have currently to custom, and then you're going to take the provided server and stream key we give you and just place it into their respective slots. The stream key will be hidden. Make sure to show it, and make sure both the server and the stream key or the guest key are identical to what we've given you. Then you're going to go ahead and hit apply, and you should be good. Now for the streaming section, you're going to make sure the audio encoder is your factory encoder. If it is not your factory PC encoder that you received your PC with, you may experience about 1 to 2 seconds of latency between your mic input and your instrument input. So that's never good. I can fit all this on the one page, perfect. Everything, I'm going to take the time now to have you pause the video and copy all these settings. And then moving on, the only thing you can change from this, my personal preference is 35 bitrate for the VRCDN, but the lowest you can go is 3500. And the highest you could go is 6,000 using a VRCDN. So please keep that in mind. That's for you to experiment with on your own time. For recording, you could change it to either be MP4 or MKV. I prefer MP4 files. For the audio tracks, all these are irrelevant. Only track 1, you should change it to 320. Rather than 160. All these other tracks are irrelevant though. Replay buffer, make sure that is off. You're gonna experience either 30 to 20 seconds of latency. If you have that ticked on, make sure that is not checked. You just ignore that. Audio is completely up to you. It all depends on how well your PC runs. So between 44 kilohertz and 48 kilohertz, then you could choose one of two things. Never mono, but you could choose. You never choose mono. That's gonna crush your audio quality. But you could choose stereo for basic. That's everybody's go-to is stereo. Or you could choose 7.1 surround sound if you experimented enough with your settings and you want to give people a surround sound experience, which is very ballsy of you. Good job. All this other stuff. The decay rate, fast. The peak meter type, sample peak, and then we can move on. Now this is all up to you in the end. If you have a very good PC that could run games and stream at the same time, you're going to want to choose 1080. And that's for when you're streaming, and then 60 FPS for when you're streaming. But if you have a live gig on VR chat, you're going to want to change that down to 720 for the output, and then for the FPS you're going to change that to 30. That's only if you're streaming to the VRCDN. And let's keep moving on. All this should be auto-populated to be fine the way it is, except for this SDR level. Make sure that's 300 nits, and HDR level, make sure that's 1000 nits, and that should be it. Just make sure that when you're done with your gig on VR chat to fix this right here. Make sure it goes up to what you wanted at to stream back on Twitch. But yeah, that should be about it. Thank you so much for tuning in.